What's up, YouTube? It's NG, the Neon X, and I'm back. Today I'm into my Galaxy Fold. What phone is this? I ask that because I get that question a lot now. Since the pandemic has been going on, since the quarantine has been going on, I've had to frequent areas I didn't usually go because I was always at work. So people have been seeing me out and about with my Galaxy Fold a lot more than they ever had. And I can almost guarantee at least twice a week someone will say, hey, what phone is that? And as much as I love my phones, and because I love devices, I go into what exactly this phone is. Now, I don't know if you can see here, I have taken the Fold out of the case. And you know what? I haven't done this in so long. This one looks amazing without the case. Jeez Louise. It is just so sleek and pretty without the case. I mean, if it were up to me, I wouldn't use the case, but I don't trust myself enough. Now that I've dropped it, I probably wouldn't, but things can happen, and this phone is too beautiful to go around with no case on, to accidentally get bumped. No one has time for that. So, I ask you what phone this is, because they often ask me what phone this is. And for all those who don't know, I'm going to explain to you what phone this is. First of all, this is so much more than just a phone. A Pixel could be considered a phone, but it has an amazing camera. So it could also be considered a top-of-the-line camera. The iPhone could be considered just a phone, but when you combine it with its eco system, it's a doorway into productivity like most wouldn't comprehend years ago. So there's no phone that is just a phone. Most phones have dual purposes. Actually, let me not say dual. Most phones have multiple purposes. So they're not just a phone. They're, to most, how they consume information, whether it be news or social media. It's their window into the world. Many, it's their main media device. They listen to music on it. They watch movies, the news, streams, TikTok, and all these other methods of visual stimulation. The so-called phone is how they get to all of that. So by asking me what phone is that, I'm taken aback. Because it's so much more than just a phone, as is everyone's device. But more so this, because for everything everyone else's phone can do, this can do even more. So let's start off with the phone aspect of the Galaxy Fold. When it's in its folded configuration, yes, this is a phone. It is the size of a phone, has a smaller screen. You can wield it with one hand. You have your fingerprint to unlock, and then you have your phone. I have my calendar there. I got Spotify there because I love my music. It always has to be on hand. I got all of my apps here. I got all of my communications in my pull-down shade. Everything I want to do, I can pretty much do from the screen. As long as it doesn't require any in-depth tinkering or searching. I want to reply to a text. I just go in, let's see, what's your, boom. This is Messenger. It's all there. I don't need to open the phone unless I want. I can reply, let's just go yes. Why not? Boom, send gifts. It is what it is. This outside would be what I would consider the phone aspect of the Galaxy Fold. Can I do everything else? Sure. I mean, let's say we want to do Netflix here. Netflix, why you would want to play Netflix on this screen, I don't know, but you definitely can. There it is, playing here. It's still beautiful. It's a wonderful screen. You can't even be angry at it. It just looks nice. Because it is a regular phone, as most people put it. Access to everything you need right here. Why wouldn't you? Even the picture in picture on the small outside screen. Why? Because why not? Maybe you're on the bus. You don't want to hold it in any other way, and you need to do something while you're doing this. Let's say you want to probably be on, let's see, Facebook perhaps. Let's just pull up Facebook, and boom, here goes Facebook. Yes, that's me. Okay, I'm not doing all of that now, and boom. The phone aspect of the Fold works great in this closed configuration. So many phones don't have the picture in picture. It works, and on the small screen, it works because it still functions as a regular phone. But the Galaxy Fold is a triple threat device. Not only do you have your outside phone, but if you want, you open the device up and it immediately configures, and you now have a tablet in your hand. Note, it went from the outside screen with the exact same apps open, Facebook and Netflix running in its little floating window on the outside, to doing it on the inside. Now on the inside, I can do the exact same thing, run Netflix, and boom. Beautiful visual media on a beautiful screen. This is what I call tablet mode. So this is the second threat of the Galaxy Fold. Definitely not just a phone. You have access to everything here, but you can set up the inside completely different from the outside. So you have two separate configurations and two separate builds. One for your outside screen, which I have very simple. Calendar, Spotify, the apps I need easily at my hand on the outside screen. No issue there. Call, web, and camera. Clock, and you're good. But on my inside screen, it's a whole other shebang. At least when you get your work done. This isn't a quick respond to an text or a quick response to an email or search for directions. This is getting into the nitty-gritty of your daily task, or the nitty-gritty of your daily time to relax when you take that break. This screen, the tablet configuration, is where everything really happens. I always showed you Netflix and Facebook, but suppose you want to get into your emails. I have this little app here. I actually don't remember the name, but maybe it's called Apps Edge. Now, I have all my important apps here, but I could also add more here. I have people who I call and text frequently here. I can do that and boom, go into all of my email, and that's from any screen, just real quick, real easy. Oh, someone sent me something, jump in and go. Oh, my gallery, my pictures, real quick, jump in and go. Go from here to wherever I want really quickly, no problem. I need to do a call on Duo from any screen, jump in and go. because this screen, this large screen, just makes it easier to see everything and do everything. This little pull bar gives me easy access to everything I do the most. It's not just a phone. It's now become a productivity device, more so than just a phone. A tablet I can put in my pocket, so I can access the web. One of the best things to me was this here. Well, two of them. Let's start with maps. When I'm driving in my car, this is a godsend. Why? I can see everything. I put this right down there. I have a little groove in the car right under the radio. My car just doesn't have a huge touchscreen or anything like that. It's an older model, but because of the size of this, I just have to put it down in that little groove, and I have full access to everything, just like all of the newer devices. Maybe even more so, because it's a fully functional phone and tablet that is always online. I don't have to sync it to the car's Wi-Fi or the outdoor Wi-Fi. It's always there. So if I get a video call, if my kids want to watch something, I want to stream music, I need to get directions to somewhere, I have full access, and the screen is so large I can see it beautifully. I see it easily, no eye strain on me. And I mean, I have perfect vision still for some reason, and this just ensures that I don't have to try and force that perfect vision to squint down and see something that might not be too easy to see with smaller phones. Because this tablet here, this second configuration, makes it just easier. The visual on this is just great. The screen is clean. The brightness, the color, everything is just wonderful, and it works so well. Now, let's say I want maps, but like I said before, I'm driving. I need to have access to what song I'm listening to. I love music. There it goes. Spotify, right there. And let's say I have maps going, but I get a call from my wife. Well, let's say, well, I could get a call, but let's make it a bit more complex. There goes Duo, right there. So I can be on a call with my wife. Of course, I can't be paying too much attention to her while I drive, but I could be on the call with her, looking at her, because the cameras work just fine, while having my Spotify playlist and able to control and see what song is next, what song is playing, what album. I still have maps open, tell me where I need to go, and seeing the directions of where I need. And if I don't want to look like that, quick reconfiguration, and everything is where it needs to be just fine. Easily press the buttons up here. I don't need to touch anything on maps, so maps being at the bottom is just fine, and it's in the larger window, so I can still see. And this view of the map is bigger than what you would see on most phones. You have to change your phone like this. Let's take my Pixel for example. You have to change it on its side, and you only be looking at the maps. Here, I'm looking at everything. And this is Duo. It's open. I'm not calling anyone, not talking to anyone, but I definitely could be talking to someone while all of this is still going on. So the tablet configuration of the Fold with the multitasking ability really pushes this device into a whole other productivity segment. Could you do this on a tablet? Yes, but can your tablet close up and go inside your pocket? Probably not. And that is why when they say, what phone is that? I have to tell them it's so much more than just a phone. This is a Galaxy Fold, not a phone. The future of mobile devices. So yes, it has its flaws. Nothing is perfect. That's just the truth. For example, the screen. Everyone has talked about that. The screen is somewhat, fragile. But Again, I would argue and say I've had this phone since day one. There's nothing wrong with my screen. There's nothing wrong with my phone. Yeah, so my device is in perfect working order. Inside screen is fine, outside is fine, no blemishes, no cracks, no issues at all. It's just beautiful, and it works better than it should, and it still surpasses a lot of the newer phones, and it's a phone that was supposed to have come out last April. So aside from the hardware, I have also heard things about, a lot of apps cannot configure properly to the odd size of the inner screen. Now, I've been using Android 10 on this for a while now. They have this app called Good Lock. Let me just pull this up here. There it is. And in Good Lock, it allows you to adjust certain aspects of how the phone itself works. From the way the pull-down menu looks. This is not the typical pull-down menu. I have it white and lavender and purple. This works for me to how the volume works. But with me, it's these little sidebars here. That's all through Good Lock. To things like how the taskbar works. Mine is this these rows that hang when you can slide things around. But one of the newest enhancements was within this multi-star tab. You got this little aspect called Fold Star, and in here it allows you, if you can see it, to set the aspect ratio for each app individually. So when you go here, you can just pick an app. So, and here you can see full screen, 16:9 or 18:5. Now, let's just go with 18:5, and let's see what it looks like. Because I use this on Instagram. That was one of the main apps that didn't configure right, and it just looked wrong. Pictures wouldn't line up or anything along those lines. But now, when I go into it, because I set the app accordingly, boom! It's I won't say it closes, but it changes the way the app looks. Now it's aligned in the middle. You have this empty space on the sides, but you have proper Instagram how it should look, how it looks on most other phones. Why? Good Lock. So the complaints that things don't configure right, things don't look right, things just aren't right with the larger screen is easily alleviated with that Good Lock app. You can physically change how apps open and react to the screen from that app. We also changed up the Kindle app. That was just for fun, but that's just for the hell of it. See what that looks like. Boom. Going my recognition. Just like the Instagram app, everything is right in the middle, and you can now see everything properly. There's nothing cut off, nothing off screen. It all just works as it should. You can go back in, let's turn that back off, but I actually don't need that one there. Now let's just go back and see what it looks like without it. A lot more viewing area, which is why I personally wouldn't use that app on Kindle. Just to show you what you can do with the second configuration of this device. So anything you need to look at, from reading to emails to watching something to surfing the web, everything just works out great. Look at this. Full book, full tablet, beautifully done. way better than it would look on a small device because they're more narrow and everything else. So this here is the second configuration of the Fold, a full-fledged, multi-purpose, overly productive handheld tablet that you can fold up and put in your pocket. So no, this is not just a phone. It's not just what phone is that. Now with those, there's also a third aspect to the Galaxy Fold that many don't really discuss, but I will. Now, like with most Samsung devices or most devices in general, you can sync them to a screen, to a monitor, and they can mirror their screen. So nothing particularly special in this area. But I would say to you, the Galaxy Fold can not only mirror its screen, but is a triple threat when it comes to these common devices. It's also what we would consider a Chromebook as well, with a quick input of a keyboard command. You can go from screen mirror to full PC type device. Now I normally don't use it. I normally just use my keyboard or my mouse, but just for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to show you that not only can this be a Chromebook-like device with a PC-like experience, but one of the best ones you can get for the money, because just like this, the Fold is now a massive touchpad. Now, there is no Chromebook you're getting with a touchpad this smooth, this large, that still is able to switch back to a phone mode, so you can do two separate things at once. The touchpad works great. Dex works great. You have your keyboard command. You can pull up tabs that you use, switch to them, and just keep it going. There goes to my Twitter feed. I'm able to pull up any other app that I might want. I can close it down. Let's suppose we want the web, and boom, I'm running two different windows side by side, and I'm using the Fold as the trackpad. So you have a full desktop-like experience with the Fold. And again, this would be, I assume, akin to a Chromebook, but better in almost every way, because you have the Fold to actually power the device. So with this Chromebook-like experience, you would be getting 12 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of onboard storage, and all the bells and whistles that Dex has to make the experience almost like none other. Full keyboard commands. You don't want it, you put it to the side anytime you want, or just pull it down. Or you want to open your email? By all means. There's not much that you aren't able to do. Do I know all of the keyword commands? Definitely not. There goes your search bar. You have full access to all of your apps. There goes Spotify. You press your key. Every app that the phone has, is there some work great index, others not so much because they're not optimized for the experience. But in the case of the Galaxy Fold, it does hit almost every need and every want a mobile user could ask for. You have your phone, you have your tablet, and when you need to get even more work done with a larger area, it can also be your PC device. Just bring a screen and a keyboard. And technically, you don't need a keyboard because you can use the keyboard on DeX as a keyboard on your monitor. So you don't need this. This is just my personal self that I like to use when I'm doing my editing and what have you. It just works for me. But to each their own. There aren't that many devices, even other Samsung devices, that can do this. Because whereas, yeah, a lot of the current Samsung devices do have their own. They all have their phone, and most of them, at least the flagship ones, do have access to DeX. They don't have access to the tablet form, or the memory, or the gigs, or the amazing screen, or whatever the Fold may have. The Fold is just such a unique device with so many extras. They literally threw almost everything they could into this device, and it had been available for almost a year now, and people still ask me, what phone is this? I do wish that somehow Samsung would be able to push the device more, to get it at least in the forefront, but more so the folding devices, because those are the future of mobile tech right now. Every device will be a folding device at some point, because it only makes sense, especially with the abilities that things like this have. Why wouldn't you want to have all this in your pocket? Because it literally is all in your pocket without any question. It folds up just like so, and you put it away, and all this is in your pocket, just so you can have it there whenever you want it. Pull it out, you have a tablet, attach it to a screen, you have a computer waiting for you. So with that said, I just want to let people know what phone this is. And as I go out, they ask, what phone is that? And I have to explain to them, it is so much more than just a phone. But when you have a phone that is leading the charge into the future of mobile tech, it is not just a phone. It is the future. My name is NG, the Neon X, and the Galaxy Fold. This is what I'm into.